Welcome in to a new episode of Another Footy Podcast. And the big three are back. We got Billy Slater, Cameron Smith, and Cooper Cronk. The boys are back tonight. Now, but all jokes aside, we got Jack and Baxter. And I'll throw it over to you, Baxter, because it's been a while since we've heard from you. How you been, bro? How's life treating you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. I've been on a remote island. Wish I could have been here the last few weeks, but just no reception. Been in the homeland in Tonga last few weeks. No, I've been
Oh,
been
no
working
way.
a lot. Yeah, no, I've been working a lot. I was not in Tonga. Wish I was. And good, mate. I had a great weekend because the Tigers were on the bye. So didn't
Yes.
have to subject myself to any rubbish footy.
Yeah, it's funny. It was probably the highest quality round of footy in a while, and it's funny because the Tigers didn't play, so maybe it's a sign. Maybe
It
there's a
is a
pattern
sign.
here.
Yes.
Another person who wouldn't have been happy over the weekend watching their team, Jack. How are you?
Been better, guys. But glad to be here after having missed last week due to my birthday. Um,
Happy birthday again.
yeah, thanks, and thanks for the shout out last week as well. But no, just cruising after the weekend, and keen to be back tonight with the old firm, raring to go.
With the big three, mate. We're about to go back to back.
Who's who?
I think I'm Cooper Cronk
The
because I'm
you
the
speak
brains
like
of
you.
the operation.
Oh.
Listen, mate. I'm not gonna tolerate that. All right.
Sorry. Carry on.
What was that thing? I remember one time he said about Leichhardt Oval. He's like the eighth wonder of the
Oh
world,
my
Yeah, he just went on a tangent
mate,
about absolutely nothing.
and then the
This
crowd
is
just
why we
I'm
screaming,
gonna
call it the
look.
eighth
"Off,
wonder of the world.
off, off!"
I'm gonna look for it because I've got a screenshot of it somewhere, and randomly in the podcast, I'm just gonna make everyone stop and we're gonna read it
No,
out.
don't because we'll get copyrighted.
Oh, sorry.
I
Well,
think
I'll do an artistic
Yeah, we
spin.
will. We will.
I'm not
We'll
sure
find
actually.
that.
Would we get copyrighted?
You would, yeah, if
For-
you post
Yeah.
it.
No, I'll talk it out.
Just read out the transcript.
Yeah.
Off.
All right. Well, apologies for the tangent to start, but um, I'll chuck it over to you, Baxter. First, who was your team of the round and why?
Fuck, I'm looking at my phone right now trying to find this fucking thing. My team of the round would have been the Wars. They, they beat Penrith, which is pretty hard to do. I think what I put it down to mostly is like beating them at their own game in terms of their middles just winning enough collision and ruck contest, and usually it's obviously the other way around, and Cleary receives the ball against retreating defenders, and Cleary does what Cleary does best. But they just flipped it around, mate, and it meant that Wade Egan was playing against a defensive line that wasn't completely set, and dishing the ball onto Metcalf, who's a good running half, and when you've got momentum, you can see what he does. So I thought they were absolutely superb, and then I think that their middle passing is just a major weapon for them. Like I think Mitch Barnett, I think they scored a try off him doing a double pump at one stage, which is really nice to see a middle ball playing like that. And then, of course, you've got Aaron Clark, who superb last 2 years. So having those options have been really good for them, and I thought that that they really just picked their moments against Penrith to spread the ball, and then they had like a Halasima on the edge who was just an absolute mismatch. Really, I thought it was absolute genius to play him out there because he's such a big body, and I'll talk a little bit more on it, but just the edge forward on the edge is so important, and I think it sort of changed how Penrith were defending, and it really threw them. And then I felt like probably 2 more points is that their support just around the contact was really good. Like they always had an inside runner and someone there if there was offloads, which is great because then you're breaking up the Penrith system and you're sort of wearing them down. And then finally, I thought that their kicking was really good. Like their attacking kicking was really good. They had heaps of intent every time they kicked. They were always kicking to the corners and had really good kick. Like they were going up for the kick. So I think they scored a try off that in the 40 or the 35th minute or so. Nickel Clockstad. I don't know. I think they did so many good things. And truthfully, Penrith, I thought Penrith played really well. Maybe not their best once Yowie went down, but I thought it was a great win.
I just want to add on that. Bro, did you guys see the pre-game haka?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Man, I think that was probably the best version of the haka I've ever seen. And like when I was watching it gave me goosebumps. And then I thought, how the fuck is any team gonna beat that after what the Warriors just produced? Like, man, from the get-go, they were out for blood.
Yeah.
And you can tell from like the whole build-up and the haka, like I think they had like the flute going from the start, and then yeah, man, it was an epic
They had a
scene.
different intensity, didn't they? It's
Yeah,
like they rocked up to a test game and Penrith rocked up to a club game.
legit, bro. It was a full-on cheat code.
Yeah.
I agree. They should do it every game. Get them fucking
That's
ready
it.
to go.
That is a cheat code. Imagine that before the grand final. Jeez, good luck.
Jack, your team of the round and why?
My team of the round, and deservedly so, seeing as we've put it on a bit this year. The Dragons for me. Massive upset in the local derby against an informed Sharks. They played a gritty game, showed up in D, they scrambled well, showed up for each other. And I thought they all, like as a collective, they all attacked with confidence, which we've rarely seen this year. I thought players like Tu, who originally got dropped but was a late inclusion or ended up jumping on due to an injury. I thought Tu was great. Gutho was everywhere in both D and attack. Sloaney, I thought Sloaney had one of his better games. He was everywhere also. And they just took all the opportunities Sharks gave them with their ill discipline and the errors. And their forwards, laying a platform yet again against the big Sharks pack. And Sharks pack's pretty good. But they've been doing it all year. But this time around, the backs actually took advantage of it. I thought Flano Senior, Flano Junior, and Lycan. I thought, they controlled the game really, really well. And it went a long way into Dragons winning. But Dragons, for me, team of the round.
They got such a good 4-pack, man. Like, I just think the next 2-3 years, where they could be as a club with the young forwards that they got there, it's just insane. So jealous.
How good is it? Straight out, honestly, like their 4-pack's crazy, and they're all young too, so they're only going to get better.
Like none of them seem like dickheads, which is good.
100%.
They're my second team. If I could get rid of these fucking Tiger shit fuckers, I would go for the Dragons.
I've never liked the Dragons team more than this one. Can't lie.
So
You'd go for the team that's going to win the spoon. It seems fitting, mate.
Yeah, well,
he's used to it leaving.
Exactly.
Before I get into my team of the round, boys, can you just help me settle a private debate for me?
Yep.
If you had to take one player on the wing, Tyrell Sloan or Jason Saab, who would it be?
Jason Saab.
I can't answer that. I don't like either options.
You got to pick one, mate.
Yeah, probably Jason.
By a bee's dick.
Yeah, because he's so tall. That's literally it.
I lost this debate, so if you're listening, I hope you're happy. My team of the round, like Jack, it was the St. George Illawarra Dragons. Obviously, the Warriors performed great, but I think the way the Dragons came out and played against probably the most informed team at the comp at the moment, you'd say, they were exceptional. Their forwards came out to play. As you guys touched on, they just keep getting better and better every week. Particular mentions to Ryan Couchman and Hamish Stewart. I think they both had great games. Lako Pacifica Tonga, he just seems to be getting better and better every week. At first, you could see he was sort of struggling with the week to week grind of NRL, but I think Dean Young has done a terrific job of nurturing him in. And, if you watch him and his stats every week. He's playing longer minutes. He's running for more meters. His tackle efficiency is getting better, and he's just improving every single week. And it was really beggars belief to me at the start of the year how Shane Flanagan was picking guys like Blake Laurie over him. I mean, he didn't even pick Locko on the plane to Vegas, so that was baffling to me. I think credit to Dean Young as well. The selection to pick Larkin King Tonga over Daniel Atkinson the last couple of weeks, it really seems to have added some sort of spark to the Dragons' attack. They're looking a lot more threatening, a lot more lively. They seem like they compile on a bit of points now. I mean, I think they put 20 plus on the Dolphins last week, correct me if I'm wrong, and then they just put 20 plus on the Sharks, who are, a pretty good defensive team. And they even had a try taken off them, I think, with Setu too as well. So since Lycan's gone into the halves, it seems to have really added some sort of a spark and dynamic to their attack. And I think, watching Luke Metcalf's performance on Friday night, I think Dragons fans will be licking their lips at the thought of him joining next year. And to be honest, I really think, let me know what you guys think. I really think they're an elite hooker away from being a top 4 team for the next couple of years. What do you guys think?
The Dragons.
Yeah.
I think they just need to give Jacob Little the keys. Honestly, how good is he? But he just doesn't get enough game time.
Look,
Yeah.
he's good, but I wouldn't sort of like put him up there with your Harry Grants and Blake Brayleys and Coruscaws of the world.
True, but he's never really been told, here you go, like this is yours, this is your side, you're a part of our spine. Like he's never really been given the keys, if you know what I mean. He's always sort of come off the bench, played a second sort of role.
And
Well, he has had his battles with injuries. Sorry, go on back.
Yeah, that's
I was
true.
just gonna say, like when you come off the bench, your role's so different. Like you just almost be run first, and like against tiring ruck. I think like once you sort of you're playing a lot more minutes, your role becomes a little bit more different, and it's also about the service, and he probably improves that. But the other thing I want to say is, and that's turned this game on its head because the Dogs were coming, and you want to know why they call this play the eighth wonder of the world, because the crowd was taken out of it. The Dogs were coming, and then there was.
I think sure I might have to mute him, Jack.
With
What do
the
you reckon?
tackle that went wrong, and next off. And from that moment, the Tigers. Wait, it's nearly done. The Tigers scored 2 tries, and they've got back in their winning ways, and looks like they're going to run up.
All right, mate. We're going on a bit of a tangent here, mate.
That's probably my favorite footy thing ever to happen.
Yeah, off. That was pretty good, straight out. You know what? That's an 8 out of 10 from you. Not even Cooper Cronk could do that.
No.
All right, I'll throw it to you first, Jack. Your worst team of the round and why?
My worst team of the round is my not so mighty Manly Sea Eagles. Like pretty simple to break it down. We had everything to play for, a spot in the 8. Coming off a bye, playing Melbourne with no Harry Grant and no Jerome Hughes, up 14-0 with 30 minutes gone, like in the first half an hour, and then we completely switched off. Didn't score another point until the 77th minute. Poor defensive reads, no connection in defense, no scramble, poor end of sets, giving 7 tackles away on last. By kicking it and the catcher catching it on the full in goal, or by kicking it too deep and it going dead. Not controlling the game at all. When you're up 14-0, yes, these days it's not much, but you got to do better. Forwards, no momentum, too lateral, ill-disciplined, silly errors, the list goes on. It was just a completely disappointing effort, considering what was on the line.
Keep going, mate. Just keep saying some other stuff about Manly. I'm liking this.
Yeah, I don't know. I went on a bit of a ramble and tangent there, but just shows my frustration. Like we had
All right,
everything to
mate.
play for, and we
This
just
this is a platform to let out your true emotions, man. We're like
ridiculous.
Benji. We're like Benji. We all have feelings, okay?
Yeah. Surely you agree though. What were the worst side?
Yeah, nah, and I'll add to that. Manly were my worst team of the round as well, and I think you did a pretty good job of summing it up, Jack. So I don't have much more to add. Baxter, your worst team of the round.
Look, Manly are safe from being my worst team of the round only because I didn't watch that game. But if I had, I reckon they might have been up there. But instead, that was the only game I didn't watch, so I can't really talk too much on it. However, for me, my worst team of the round was the Broncos, just because they were leading 24-0, I think it was, after 20 minutes, and they ended up fucking losing. Like, seriously, it is so embarrassing. They just started defending the scoreboard and like just went away from their entire sort of game. Like all you should be doing is complete, kick long, chase together, make the opposition travel 90, 80 meters in a set, and then just keep doing it. But they just fell apart, and like their defensive line just stopped controlling the space that they should, and players were following the ball, and I don't know, it was just weird. Backfield defenders having to compensate, like just edge defenders constantly really isolated. And I thought, to be fair, Dolphins played pretty well to get back into it. But they just were giving away so many quick play the balls and always retreating. And I don't know, when you start seeing that, you can see alarm bells ringing that the team's just lost all of their sort of momentum that they build. And yeah, I think if you're going to give a team like the Dolphins that sort of space to come into the game, then you're probably going to concede quite a few tries, and that they did. And then after a while, because of the pressure that happened, that started coming on, their attack just deteriorated. Early on in the game, they were running great shape, good timing, direct runs, and then towards the end, they were just forcing everything. Very reactive sort of footy, and yeah, I did not enjoy watching them.
Yeah, the Broncos. What are the premiership defense, eh?
It's crazy. I can't believe that they've gone backwards like that. That's insane.
Yeah, it is. I don't think that's ever been done before, eh? That's probably like the worst. We say it in jest, but it's the worst premiership defense, I reckon.
I think it actually is, like statistically speaking as well.
Yeah, you go from lifting the trophy to second of the wooden spoon. That's.
I saw there was a player, I can't remember who it was, but they were talking in the media recently, and they were like, I think it was Greg Inglis actually. So he's played under Madge, and he was saying, Madge has got to find the line of not calling the players an hour or 2 hours after training to talk about the next training session. And he's like, that would happen at the Rabbitohs. I just think mate, you got to fucking let them breathe a little bit. And I know a few people that have gone up into that Broncos system and stuff, and they reckon that he is just so intense. Like, he thinks that everyone should live, breathe, and die footy, and there's no life outside of it. And so
I'm pretty sure, didn't Elijah Taylor make a video saying similar? I think it was last year or something.
It's 100%. Like, he's not only is his fitness ridiculous, but it's more so outside of that as well. He just wants them to constantly be on about footy, thinking about footy. He calls people, his senior players all the time. It'd get, you just want to comp blood, relax a little bit.
Yeah, I remember Elijah Taylor was saying he has meetings for meetings.
Yeah, he was good numbers.
Well, there was a bit of debate amongst the boys for our player of the week this week. Baxter thinks he can do a better job. So from next week, the player of the rounds will be his choices, not mine. So if anyone has any problems, they can take it up with him.
Hello choices, man.
All right, then we'll start with you then. Your player of the round, who's not on this list.
My player of the round was Lecker the Wrecker. I think I typically don't really like talking about numbers as such when I talk about my player of the round, just because sometimes stats don't tell a full story. But he's a centre and he had 239 meters, 73 post contact meters, 11 tackle breaks, a line break, try assist, and some offloads. And he did that at centre whilst playing against Penrith, which is just insane. Those numbers are absurd. It was ridiculous. But the thing that I love about picking him there is that, and I think it was great coaching, is it just changed Penrith's defensive structure so much, because he's such a big edge forward in running into that centre channel. It makes Penrith sort of, I don't know, it makes their decision making so different. If Penrith can press, then there's heaps of width, but if they hold, then Halasima has one-on-one contact, which he can just push through because he's so massive. And then if the inside defender helps, which they typically had to do, then there's room back on the inside. So I just think the personnel mismatch was so great at creating a defensive problem for them. And the other thing that's super interesting, I thought, about having a big bloke on the edge, and you're starting to see it happen a little bit more with props playing on the edge, is he has really good runs without requiring shape. It's not sometimes setting up shape, you can only do it so much in a set. Whereas if you can just give simple early ball to a bloke, and he's going to give you a good carry without needing to create a sweep or a decoy or whatever it may be. It's just so invaluable. He changes the set because your simple sort of 1 out runs turn into fucking a crazy good run where he's breaking his nose through the line constantly, and you're getting the fast play the balls. It's just insane. And then your halves suddenly can attack off the back of that. And to do it against Penrith is probably just the most insane thing. They are typically the best at defending, but I'm not sure. I just think it was just incredible to watch. And the number one thing for me is I'm not sure if he's really going to become an elite centre, but using someone with his physical profile at centre was just so smart, because it was just mismatch after mismatch every single set. So I really loved watching him, but he had a phenomenal game.
Jack, your player of the round?
Hard to back that up because Lecker was outstanding. But I thought Hamish Stewart, my player of the round, he brought that dog energy to the Dragons. I think he was very influential in their win, tackled everything that moved. His stats, probably not as up there as Lecker the Wrecker, but one try assist, 12 hit-ups, 2 offloads, 41 tackles. I just think and we touched on it earlier, but he's only getting better with each game, showing his skills more often than not. Late footwork at the line, offloads, etc. But yeah, Hamish Stewart, joy to watch for me. Joy to watch him alongside the Dragons pack. But yeah, can't go wrong with Hamish Stewart.
He's been so good. Last few weeks as well, I reckon. Last 4 weeks, he's been superb. Fucking elite.
Yeah.
Do you guys think he's a chance at making the Kangaroo squad for the World Cup?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but he gives me massive Origin bolster vibes. I reckon bolster vibes.
Honestly, it depends, because if there's a couple of injuries and whatnot, maybe he's not obviously going to be first choice. I don't know. Does Yo get surgery after the season ends?
I was about to say, it looks like Yo's hurt his pec pretty bad, and then
How's
Hudson Young's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, that's
as
right.
well.
Cam Murray, where's he been?
I think Tino's going to Samoa. Keon, I think he said he's 50-50 on whether he plays the World Cup or not.
Yeah, he might opt to take surgery to come back for the first day of
Dragons
preseason.
preseason. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
it'll be
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting.
My player of the round was Luka Mikiafu.
Ooh, Lukesi McKeffy.
If you guys don't know, it's a joke that the Warriors players. That's the Kiwi name they've given him, I think. But now my player of the round was Luke Metcalf. I think it was a pretty damn good return for someone who hadn't played NRL in I think over 3 months now. Um, he added a really different dynamic to their attack. Sorry, he just has an ability to sort of know when to take on the line and sort of create space for his outside men. I thought he did Baxter mentioned like a Halasima. I think that Luke Metcalf did a good job of sort of linking up with Chanel Harris Tavita and sort of providing that space for Halasima. Um, I think his kicking game was really good. He scored 2 tries. And look, Tamari Martin, he's been fucking awesome. But I really think, and I don't know, maybe you guys can sort of debate me on this, but I really think in just that one game of Metcalf, you can sort of see like he just adds a different dynamic to the Warriors attack. And I don't know, I just think the Warriors, not to say that they didn't look good with Tamari Martin at 7, but they look much better with Luke Metcalf at 7. And now that I think he's sort of had this break now where he's had an opportunity to get a run in the team, I think that he'll be their halfback for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
disagree.
You
I
disagree?
don't know. Not disagree, but like you can't. Can you really judge it off just one performance? Like Warriors were on
I know
altogether.
I know it's not. It's just one performance, but who was the opposition?
That's true. Oh yeah, but Warriors as a whole, like they turned up. They were ready to
I
play.
know.
I think no matter who the halfback was, I think they would have had an outstanding game. But yeah, that's a big call for one game. Big call for one game.
I know it is.
And you know what? You might be right because he might offer some like more skill and more sort of finesse than your Tamari Martin.
That's what I think. I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like he offers more than what Tamari has to offer.
Nah, I reckon the opposite. I reckon he's just a better ball running half, which suits the Warriors because they get on the front foot a lot. But like, I feel like Tamari Martin's just a more consistent player, which is what they need. Like I think Metcalf has,
Organising.
but Metcalf has those games where he's really shit. Whereas I don't think this year there's really been too many games where Tamari Martin hasn't been, really important for them.
I mean, let's not forget that Luke Metcalf was leading the Dally M's last year before he got injured.
That's true,
Yeah,
but Tamari Martin's been halfback for how long now, and they're sitting second, so he's doing something right.
Well,
it's a good
sorry,
job
go
to
on,
be in.
Baxter.
Well, it's a good job to jump into just because of the forward pack they got. I also reckon Tamari Martin's a better defender personally, which I think they value a lot. I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. Like it honestly, it's a big choice. I think we'll find that both players will be in the 17 in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
And do you think Metcalf suits if they were to both be in the 17? Do you think Metcalf suits the 14 role or the 6-man bench role more than a Tamari Martin, or would you go Tamari Martin on the bench?
I would personally have
Lukey Metz, eh?
Yeah, the only thing that maybe Metcalf has over him is like he can goal kick.
Yeah.
Helpful. I suppose they're thinking about it now. There is for and against, and like he does suit the play style. I personally prefer Tamari Martin just because of the defensive side of it, but I don't know.
I just think Metcalf has, he provides a lot more X factor and sort of dynamicism for their attack.
Yeah,
maybe.
We'll soon find out, won't we?
Indeed.
Well, on to our fan voted player of the round, and it was Hamish Stewart. So,
what can I say, boys?
young Hamish is making names for himself.
That doesn't look like Hamish there, but I'll take it.
Yeah, it doesn't. Our graphic designer had a bit of he botched this week's graphic, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, into the week's biggest headlines, and to start us off, it's probably the second biggest signing story of the season. Brian Toto, next year will be his last year at Penrith, and from 2028, he will be at the PNG Chiefs for 3 years. Baxter, I'll start off with you. What do you think?
Mate, they are bringing a super team together, aren't they? I don't know.
The
I
Avengers.
mean, I think it's fucking bullshit, to be honest. Like the fact that they can go out and get these players, even though Perth Bears have been chasing top talent and not getting a sniff at all. So clearly the tax-free dollars are an incentive. Shocker, who would have thought? I just don't understand it. And like, you're not putting any support behind Perth Bears to come into the comp as well, which I think is unfair. And yeah, I don't know. I think they're gonna probably fucking win the comp first year.
Yeah, look, the signing alone, like the signing itself, how can you sort of debate the signing? Like Brian Saul is probably go down as one of the greatest wingers in the modern era.
If not the greatest.
Yeah, like the signing itself, like wow, you can't say much else. But yeah, to Baxter's point, yeah, and we're going to touch on it a little bit later in Controversy Corner, but yeah, it's a bit how you go on that tax exemption. But yeah, good signing. The signing alone, very good. You cannot complain at all.
And look, we probably all knew this was where this was heading when they announced Jerome Luai as their first signing, right?
Yeah.
Well, the other rumor at the moment is that Critter is the next one to go.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that, but I don't know. I'm not too sure, man. Him and his
007
wife
Spencer.
just had they just had a young baby, and I think he's locked in with the Bulldogs for what, like the next 3 to 4 years, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's easy to agitate. That's the only thing to say.
I don't know. I just don't think Critter's that sort of character.
Yeah,
but
I don't think so either. It's just a rumor, mate. I'm just ear to the ground.
I'm discussing, mate. I'm discussing.
Just a good old moly rumor.
That's it. That's the one.
Speaking of PNG, they're now linked with Hudson Young.
What the fuck? Is this new?
Yeah, this Arvo, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it just came out this Arvo.
This is just stupid.
Yeah,
I got sent a video, and it's my mate. It was from my mate. And it was like PNG's first team list in 2028, and it was the
Queensland.
Yeah, the Queensland lineup
from back in the day when they pumped us.
The video of them like fucking Billy Slater, GI, Cooper Cronk, all that stuff, mate. This is ridiculous. Who aren't they going for?
To be honest, I don't know. I personally don't see him leaving Canberra, but to be honest.
Think of the bright side, boys. Origin comes. Who they're going to name? All their players will be selected in Origin.
Legit.
Literally their whole team.
Wow.
Knowing Peter V'landys, he'll give him a bye.
The PNG Hunters will have to run out instead.
Yeah,
they'll bring out Justin Olam from retirement.
No one wants to say that, mate.
Sam McIntyre signed with the Cowboys. No, sorry, signed with the Warriors from next year on a 2-year deal. You guys have any thoughts?
Interesting.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think he's a good player. Like, I mean, I'd love to know the economics of the deal. If he's on, $1.3 million a year, it'd be bad. But if he's on a more humble salary, then yeah, I like it. Like the thing is, and I don't know, I'm talking about Tigers now, but like, and probably Manly as well, is in the modern era, particularly with 6 agains and just how fit you have to be and injuries being so prevalent, you're sort of like your 19 to 30 in the squad is almost just as important as your 1 to 18 that you start the year with, because 100%. Like, you get injuries, you need blokes to step up. So making sure that they bolter out the squad is super important. I wish we went for him, to be honest.
Yeah, no, you're right. And the clubs with with sort of lacking of depth, you could sort of tell when someone goes down or when a couple of players go down, there's just nobody to cover. Like there's people to cover, but they're not as sort of ready for first grade, whereas somebody like him would be.
Yeah.
I think he's like a typical Andrew Webster signing. You know, we've seen over the last couple of years, he sort of signs these project players and he turns them into, you know, really serviceable NRL week to week players. I think we've seen it with Jackson Ford, we've seen it with guys like Nee Corey and a couple of other guys. And, you know, I think Sam McIntyre, he fits that mold perfectly. Personally, I was hoping that the Tigers would make a play for him because Lord knows we could have used him, but
100%. Barnett as well. Another one that he turned into a good player.
yeah. An Origin player and a Kangaroos player.
Yep.
Yeah, he was just the average bloke at night. And he went to Wars and just made Origin, made Australia.
Pretty crazy.
The Cowboys have re-signed, I believe he's the son of Tom Leroy Lars, the former Raiders player, Caden Lars, for next year. You guys have any thoughts?
Thanks for reminding me of how old I am. Because I remember his dad playing. I actually recall his dad playing, watching his dad.
We're at that stage of life now, eh?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I haven't really seen him much, but yeah, I don't know. If they re-signed him, then I guess he's going all right, eh?
I just hope he saves up his money. It's his first big contract, you know. Save up your money, lad. Go on a nice holiday after. That's my only thought.
100%. No. Yeah, nah. Good signing. Can't go wrong.
Jacob Halengahu signs a contract extension with the Dragons. Baxter?
Mate,
Look, congrats, Jacob. Again, save your money. It looks like you've got a 2-year deal, so you've got 2 years to save money. You know, maybe buy a secondhand car, but don't go crazy.
yeah. Daniel Anderson, the recruitment manager of Dragons. He's on a generational run at the moment.
He deserves a round of applause.
He does, eh? Great work, Daniel Anderson. He's retained all the young'uns, like that we've spoken about throughout this poddy. All those forwards he's retained. He's another one. And we all know who they've signed. Let's not make this about Daniel Anderson. But yeah, Halengahu, another great signing for Dragons. Off the back of, all these great signings that Dragons have made recently.
And you know, it's funny because like coming through the grades, probably Jacob Halengahu, I think, was the one that had the most hype about him. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he's probably the one we've seen the littlest of. So I guess it's a testament to the depth of the forwards of the Dragons at the moment.
Bro, he's 18. I didn't know he was 18.
18, mate.
Jeez, he's a big boy too. Damn.
He's like a mini David Fafita.
Yeah, like, and he's only 18, so he's only gonna get bigger.
I think he's 19 now.
Jeez,
Yeah, he's 19. He turns 20. Actually, I just Googled him. He turns 20 in 2 weeks. So
I'm just looking at the date now.
Happy 20th birthday.
That's the 11th of March, 2025.
Ah.
I was gonna say because he says the deal sees the 18-year-old.
Yeah.
A little bit late.
That's again my apologies. Sorry, I've had a bit of a rough one this week about. So here, I've just got the article now. This is actually the date of the Thursday, the 6th of August, 2026. The St. George Illawarra Dragons can confirm that teenage star Jacob Halengahu signed a long-term extension, which will see the Dragons Academy graduate remain in the Red V until at least the end of the 2029 season. So,
so you just showed an old extension, but he's
it's one from last year, not.
Gotcha. So they did.
So he has actually extended. I just copy and pasted the wrong article.
And
my apologies, everyone.
It's a normal NRL deal, right? Because that says top.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's contracted now for the next 3 years at the Dragons.
Yeah, they're locking up all of those key players. Hey, like they actually are doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, they've just gone signing mad, but they've all been cracker signings.
They're my second team, mate. What can I say?
You just have a thing for mergers, eh?
They're convincing me. I never thought I'd do the day.
Jump on this bandwagon, boys.
I used to hate the Dragons, bro. Mark Gasnier used to tear us up, bro.
Raise the red boys.
Yeah, raise the red. Matty Cooper.
Is it Matt Cooper that does it before the game?
Yeah. Matty Cooper.
Well, I think me and Jack discussed it when it was initially floated as a rumor a couple of weeks ago, but it's official this time round. Morgan Smithies signs a 3-year deal with the Perth Bears. Baxter, your thoughts?
This is someone I wish that the Tigers were chasing, and you probably hope that you don't have to start him. Otherwise, you've got some problems in your forward pack. But having a guy like Morgan Smithies off the bench, it certainly doesn't hurt. In and around sort of that bench spot, I think it's an all right signing. For the Bears, hopefully they didn't pay overs, but do they even have a fucking top 30 yet?
Close. I think they're at like 27 players now or 26.
Jeez, I don't think like one of them's that good, eh?
I mean, they do got a few live wires like Liam Henry, Talakai, Curran, Wishart. They signed a fullback I really rate, Mason Barber from the Cowboys. They don't have much.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
Yeah, the NRL screwed that, mate. Oh, well.
Do you have any thoughts to add, Jack, on Morgan Smithies?
Nah, I touched on it a couple of weeks ago. Good signing for sort of the talent that the Perth Bears are attracting. Yeah, like you can't go wrong. He's a hard worker. Probably one of Ricky's favourites. I was surprised he's actually leaving Canberra. You know how Ricky goes with the English fellas. But yeah, good signing.
He's more of an old school lock, but you'd say he's not really a ball playing lock.
He's just like a hard worker, yeah, just like a tough.
He's like a third prop type of lock, really.
Yeah. Which I like off the bench. Like you get him off the bench and just shore up, certain periods of the game and that. It's nice for him to be in Perth. It's a bit closer to England, so he can jump back and forth home. That's nice for him.
There's a lot of pommies in Perth.
There is. It's a fuck ton.
Perth Bears coach Mal Meninga meets with Corey Horsburgh after Junior Paulo contracts talks collapse. So I believe Perth have balked at the 900K season that Junior Paulo's chasing. They tried to negotiate and sort of meet in the middle, but they couldn't come to an agreement. Jack, what do you think?
You know it's bad when 34-year-old Junior Paulo doesn't end up signing with your club.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like it's actually a smart decision. I mean, paying 900K for a 34-year-old Junior Paulo wouldn't be good business, right?
But did because it doesn't say who, it just says both parties failing to agree. So who sort of said no to the other? Was that confirmed?
Yes, so I believe that. Yeah, so I think, like I said at the start, they tried to negotiate. Junior Paulo wanted 900K, and Perth Bears have sort of tried to meet him in the middle, but Junior still wanted the 900K, so Perth withdrew the offer.
I guess that's fair, but yeah, 900K for Junior Paulo in 2026, not too sure, but Perth Bears, Junior Paulo's a leader, so I don't know. Maybe that's what they needed.
He'll go to PNG for 450, but it'll work out to be 900 after tax. Happy days.
Australia.
And what do you think of Perth chasing Corey Horsburgh?
Just reeks of desperation.
You reckon?
Yeah,
I reckon it's an alright signing. Like a prop, starting props of Liam Henry and Corey Horsburgh is actually pretty good, I would think.
It is, but I just think, I don't know, man. Corey Horsburgh is just, he's like Cody Walker, man. He's just too much of a hothead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially to be a leader of a team, I don't see that. Like the main enforcer, I don't see that.
Imagine how many times he's going to slap people in that inaugural season when they're losing 50
Yeah. Exactly, bro. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough.
His fucking teammates will probably be half of the people he slaps.
But you know what? These are the sorts of plays that they can really only attract, to be honest.
I think
Yeah,
if you don't
totally.
pay him too much, it's a good signing. Like he's at least he's above average starting prop. So could be worse.
Yeah, like
he's played
last year he was an elite forward, in my
Mm.
opinion.
he played Origin at one point, so he was doing something right.
No. They're going to be
He wears his
shit.
heart on his sleeve.
He sure does. He wears people's faces on his palm as well.
He likes sticking his finger up at people in the crowd. So
Loves having a good old sook too sometimes.
that's the Raiders now in general, but especially since freaking Tarpane has become
They're a
captain.
representation of their coach.
The milkmates, the Canberra milk,
coach, eh?
up the milk.
Yeah, 100%. Stinky's attitude has rubbed off on him.
Bunch of weak-gutted dogs.
Tarpane's a big sook now, eh? Ever since he became captain, he's been hanging out with
Bro,
Mickey too much.
legit. Every single game, bro, he's always whinging to the ref about something.
Yeah, he's the new guffer.
The new Mitch Moses.
Yeah, arms in the air.
I'll never forget this year, Easter Monday game. Mitch Moses, he was sooking to the ref that bad that in extra time he even had a sook about the coin toss.
Yeah, he did. He told
ref
him,
told
come
him-
on, sir.
The ref told him to stop talking to him. He was like, please stop talking to me.
Yeah, I remember that, eh?
Please stop, Mitchell.
Bro got bullied.
Moving on to a bit of audience questions. So we got first question from the Rugby League Show on Instagram, who are a pretty big Instagram page who keep you up to date with all your latest transfer news and NRL news and rumors and goss. So give them a follow if you can. Backstyle thought to you first. Who do the PNG Chiefs sign next?
I think they got to focus on like maybe balancing the squad with some up and coming players. So I'm thinking like there's a bloke named Nathan Cleary out of Penrith. They've probably got enough money for him. There's this young fella named Sua Falongo out in Melbourne, fullback. I'm also thinking like, not only do you target some up and coming players, but maybe you got to bolster the coaching squad as well. So maybe an assistant coach like Ivan Cleary could do some good for them.
Well, he's looking for a job soon. So
absolutely, I think that it just makes sense. Andrew Webster, I'm hearing maybe go on the coaching staff. Just fucking
Tim Sheen's coming out of retirement.
Mate, just you know what? Just get everyone. Like, what? Why not? Why not just sign every single fucking person? I think like if we're being actually genuinely serious though, they obviously need some forwards. But they can just sit and wait. Like they don't have any time pressure. Every player probably wants to talk to them at least because they literally double their money overnight. So whoever the fuck
November
they
1.
want, answer.
November 1 is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Oh, they have the pick of the pack, really.
Yeah, I know. They're going to fucking hell, bro. It's fucked. It's fucked. But yeah, who do they sign next? It has to be a forward, eh? Like it has to be a forward. You can't just back.
Have you seen the thing though where it's like number 7 is reserved for a player?
Yeah, they teased it a month ago, ages ago. 007, that's Cleary, bro.
Lachlan Lamb.
007.
Well, Brent Reid did a Q&A today, and he said apparently a deal with Joey Manu is close. So
Fucking he'll be 007?
So
I don't know.
do you know that's insane? Like without thinking about the fullback, they're gonna have a back line of Zach Lomax. They're gonna have a back line with Joey Manu. I'm hearing
AJ.
whispers of Critter, but yeah, AJ and Brian Toll. These fucking whoever is going for PNG Chiefs, you don't understand how lucky you are. I've been watching Macassini on the wing with fucking Skelton on the wing. I've been watching Taruva in centres with Patrick Herbert, who was the tradie 2 months ago, and these blokes get to watch them in the back line. It's ridiculous. I can't believe it.
Maybe it's
in their
Sorry, go
first
on, Jack.
fucking year. In their first year as well. Like, come on, bro.
Maybe it's time to move to Port Moresby, boys.
I think so. For our mental health, it is. It's time.
Or just let every other NRL club have a tax exemption. Make it fair.
And also, maybe my company could have a tax exemption too.
Yeah,
That'd be
fuck
nice.
it, bro. Everybody just gets a tax exemption. Fuck it.
Yeah, I
Chris
don't want
Minzy's
to pay
paying.
Albo, are you listening?
Yeah, his shout. I did my census tonight, so therefore, I shouldn't have to pay taxes.
Straight out. Fuck.
We got a question from Joy Angel here. Do you guys think that Luai is the recruitment officer for the PNG Chiefs? Jack, I'll start with you.
I mean, like not officially, he's not actually a recruitment officer, but yeah, he's obviously in the background recruiting. Brian To'o being a prime example. There's no way, and I know Penrith gave To'o permission to sort of speak with them for 1 week, but there's no way they reached a deal within a couple of days. So there was obviously discussions prior. There's obviously been discussions for ages. And I think, look, before Luai even signed, he knew that To'o was going to be signed. And that's probably one of the reasons that he did sign.
Fair point. All right.
No proof, but I just think that's how it is. What do you reckon?
Connecting the dots, mate.
Yeah.
Baxter, what do you think?
Yeah, do you think that he's been talking to any Tigers players as well, trying to convince them?
I
That
cannot
don't know.
confirm nor deny.
That I don't know. But I just think him signing is sort of an influence, or is like a tool for PNG to use. Just getting his signature alone, like a player like and of his caliber, of what he's done in the game. If like someone in the shed sees him that he's signed, they're just going to sort of ask that question, or they're going to be open to it. Like, fuck, if Luai signed, then fuck, why don't I suss it out?
Yeah, their other recruitment officers, the tax-free fucking dollars that they get, ridiculous.
Yeah,
but no, I do agree with you, mate. Like, definitely as a first signing, it's like, all right, they got a legit player there. I know that they're not going to be shit. I know that they're not going to end up like Perth Bears, so I'm open to discussing it, considering I'm going to get paid $1 gazillion.
and especially because he has a family as well.
Yeah, true. But like, I think might have even been Joey that said it to me this week. Was like it's easy to live in a fucking compound if all your mates are there. Yeah,
that's true. And that's why I reckon he knew before he even signed, he knew that To'o was going to come down with him.
What do you think, Joey, mate?
Well, I was just about to add, you guys are forgetting that on top of the salary that's tax-free, the third parties are tax-free as well. So,
and there's so many of them.
Yeah, especially for someone like Jerome Luai.
Didn't he get like a Pepsi deal or Coca-Cola deal?
Yeah, he has a deal with Pepsi.
Fucking hell.
Which is like the first of its kind for an NRL player.
It's cool, though, I reckon. But
yeah, it is.
Like, cool but stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Obviously, I think, Jack said it pretty well. When a guy like Luai is the first player to sign for a club like the PNG Chiefs, I mean, it makes it an attractive proposition for any sort of player, because they look at someone who has had this success in the game that Luai has, and it's hard not to be attracted. And then you add in the tax-free incentives and the potentially third parties that are tax-free. I mean, why wouldn't you go live there for 2-3 years, make the money you can, and sort of dip? But I want to pose a question to you guys. Do you think it's like sort of sustainable long term? Because are they going to have to sort of rebuild after like every 2-3 years if players are just coming for the tax-free money and then just moving back to Australia?
Yeah, I think, yeah, but I think they're expecting that. Because there's no way players are going to stay more than 2-3 years. So
You reckon?
they're going. No, I don't think so. I think they're going to have to keep turning over players every couple of years.
I don't know. I'd stay there for tax-free dollars for a couple more years. And even still,
Yeah,
even if they have to, they just get the newest, latest, greatest state of origin team.
that's true. But I think everybody's under sort of stating the living in a retreat sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, true. To be fair,
You're gonna
And
be
I
seeing
don't
the
think it
same
appeals for. It doesn't appeal. It seems to appeal for every player. Like they have players that have come out and sort of rejected the talk of PNG and sort of ended up re-signing with their current clubs or signing somewhere else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some players definitely, like the more introverted players, they're not gonna. Some people want their own sort of space, want their own. They're not gonna have that there. You're always gonna bump into people that you know, and your teammates and their families and their kids. It's just gonna be.
What happens if the Wags get into a bit of a tiff?
That's
I
the
was
thing
gonna say,
too. Yeah, if the wives
yeah,
have a go, it's gonna be awkward.
I was gonna say, be pretty hard to cheat on your missus up there too.
Good luck. The first scandal.
That's why Appy rejected PNG.
Jeez.
Hey, let's not
Low
talk
blow.
about him like that. Come on, mate.
Low blow.
sorry. I just had to. It was there for the taking.
He's never coming on this fucking podcast now, mate. Cheers for that.
I'm sorry, Skipper. I love you.
Burning bridges, lad.
Question number 3. It's from our Sharks diehard fan Naomi. Do you think this is the loss that the Sharks needed, and do you think that they are still premiership threats? Baxter, I'll start with you.
Is it the loss that they needed? Well, you probably don't ever want a loss. Bit humbling to lose to the Dragons, even though I actually don't think, I think Dragons are actually a good side at the moment. Like they've been building into this, and they just put together a really good performance that was tough and gritty. And that's Sharks' kryptonite, is when the going gets tough, they fall away, and you saw it on the weekend. So, I don't know. This has always been my problem with them, is like they're just such a flary, great side, and when they're on, they're on. But if they haven't turned up at 100%, then they just fall away. Like they can't do the tough stuff. Still premiership threats, because if they ended up putting together their best performances in the back end of the year, then they can absolutely win every game. But I don't know. They're too soft for me.
Jack?
I think time will tell if that's the loss that they needed. I think we should base it on how they react and how they respond. Because losing to a team like the Dragons, who haven't really been performing this year, this sort of late in the season when you're going so well and in form, it can have a very, very negative impact, or it could be the rocker that they needed. So the answer to the question is, yeah, I think time will tell. Time will tell with their response.
And do you think that they're premiership threats?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Very, very well balanced backline. Big forward pack, mobile forward pack for their size. And Blake Brayley, threat out them half. Tricky Trindle and Nico Hines, they've had their best season, I reckon, in sort of combination. And they can attack from anywhere. When they're on, they're on. The old cliche.
Yeah, look, in regards to, is this the loss that the Sharks needed? I don't know. Like, as Baxter said, you don't really want to lose any game. I think what this did show, and it's issues that we mentioned earlier when, a similar question was asked about the Sharks, is that they sort of lack like anyone in these sort of moments and games to sort of take control. And I think that's still something that Nico Hines sort of struggles with. When the pressure moments, when there were sort of pressure moments and situations in the game, like he made a couple of errors. I'm pretty sure he knocked on, and he made a pretty poor cutout pass to Sione Katoa on the wing. So I think there's still sort of debates and question marks around Nico Hines' ability to sort of ice games out or sort of get the Sharks back into games where they sort of need someone to give them a bit of a push. And in regards to them being premiership threats, they're going to need Nico Hines for those moments. They're going to need him in the finals to sort of ice out the games and if the Sharks are in need of something, Nico's going to need to pull a sort of rabbit out of the hat, and it's still something he struggles with even now, and he was probably in the form of his career over the last couple of weeks, you could say. And, again, when push came to shove, he sort of struggled in the big moment. Um, and Sharks, I think they had a bit of suspension and injury problems from out of that game. I think Jesse Ramian has sort of done a similar injury to Yo, where they're not really sort of going to the extent of the pec injury, but they're gonna try and rehab it instead of going for surgery. And I believe Adam Fanul Blake has copped a 1 or 2 game suspension. So you never know. Can these things sort of disrupt and affect the rhythm of a team? Maybe. Um, as Jack said, only time will tell. So that's it for our audience questions of the week. As always, thank you guys so much for sending in questions, and thanks for listening to the show. This week's edition of Controversy Corner. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Can we get the NRL 360 theme music?
What's that, Maxer?
Can we get the NRL 360 theme music, please? All right,
Controversy Corner this week. Is Peter V'landys doing too much? He's just come out and said that NRL is going to launch Global Round in 2028, where I believe he's going to take games to cities like Japan and the UK and I think the United States. Oh, no, sorry, they already do Vegas. I think it was Abu Dhabi actually, or somewhere like that, or Dubai. He also wants to introduce this third place playoff game, which he said he got inspired from watching the FIFA World Cup. He's sort of created this completely unfair and unbalanced r- club building with the tax-free incentives for PNG Chiefs, whereas the Perth Bears are struggling to even get 500K worth of salary cap relief. Um, he wants to change the kickoff rules and I think they're trialing it in the last round in the game between the Dragons and the Eels, correct me if I'm wrong, where the team that scores will now kick off rather than the team that conceded kicking off. And then, he's just constantly tampering with the game, with the rules, with the 60 games. And he really feels like he's just not letting the game breathe for a second, He's constantly wanted to change and amend things and introduce new ideas. And I don't know, it just seems too much, very pedantic. Baxter, I'll take it to you first. What do you think?
I reckon he should do more. I think he should maybe make like a round where they just pick random fans to play instead of the players. I'd put my hand up, to be honest, for the Tigers. Look, he's fucking.
I'd go to PNG, bro, for the tax-free incentive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the one game match payment would do wonders. I reckon, like, he's just such an executive of like fucking. Oh, I've got to get growth and pump up the P&L and blah blah blah. So he just goes a bit. Yeah, I don't know. He's doing a lot, but it's like it's good PR. Like, yeah, the more you get your sport in the headline, I suppose it's good. But, I don't know. Like, I actually like the global round. To be honest, I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's a cool initiative. Yeah,
I don't like the grand final thing. Like, I also don't like just the amount of games that they're trying to pump and push through. Like, they just need to chill a little bit. Like, I honestly think the international game is overdone a little bit each year. They should just be a World Cup, and I don't know. I think he just cares about money too much. This bloke.
Yeah, he's losing a feel for the way that the game's going. I think he's too focused on, as you said, the growth and sort of the money and the capital that it's making. I honestly think he's jumped on Chat GPT and prompted it new ideas to expand the National Rugby League competition. And he's just got all these random ideas because I don't know where they're all coming from. Global round, third place grand final. I don't know what else he's sort of doing, but yeah. Just as I said before, it doesn't feel like he has a feel for sort of the game itself and what it's doing to our game, the game that we grew up watching and loving. Global round, I don't mind it. It just sort of depends on when the games will sort of air and align with our prime time. And I'll get NRL sort of figure all that out. But the third place grand final, like, come on, which team is going to lose a prelim and back up the following week to play for third place? Like, be real. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, they put their all and their heart on the line in the prelim final. They're not going to get themselves up again to win third place. And then the PNG, yeah, I don't know. And the kickoff rule, oh my goodness, what's that about?
Mercy rule.
Like they're turning it into Oztag for real. Like winner's kick.
I've just asked ChatGPT, if you imagine you're Peter V'landys, what are 5 completely new ways to grow the NRL? So the first one is NRL transfer window and trade week. Boom.
There
like
you
that.
go.
That's been discussed a lot already.
Yeah, I know. Fuck ChatGPT. I'll give it feedback. Don't worry. NRL access, build the best sports commentary operation in the world. Talking coaches, boxes, training sessions, team meetings, blah, blah, blah. Yep. State of origin draft, Pacific All-Stars versus Australia.
Fuck, that would be gangster.
That would be pretty cool, mate. ChatGPT's kidding here. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Yeah, straight out.
Listen to this. NRL Red Zone. One channel continuously jumps between teams inside the opposition 20, tries, captain's challenge, sin bins, close finishes, major tactical moments where multiple games are overlapping. So you play them all at the same time, just have a red zone. And
What
then,
the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
if you like NFL, it goes hard, but there's not enough teams. And then number 5, NRL clubs become year-round sporting clubs. This is the biggest idea. Stop thinking of the Parramatta Eels equals men's NRL. Every NRL license gradually includes NRL, NRLW, under 21s, men's, women's, touch football, esports, academies, school competitions, and you create one club championship outside of the top squad. So points earned across every single competition.
Nah, sack.
Okay.
The Pacific All-Stars thing was kind of cool though.
Yeah, so they do like the best players of state of origin, and then you have your best Pacific, basically. Yeah,
That'd be pretty interesting to see.
But then, like, if you got Brian Toto, and then he wants to go play for the Pacific.
Pacific All-Stars, yeah.
Yeah, what do?
What do,
bruh?
What do, bro?
You know what? And something I forgot to mention as well. After the second New Zealand team, V'landys wants to have the next expansion team being Japan.
Love it. Bit of sushi. Imagine the away trip that would be. Fucking elite. I don't know. If mate, like, what do you do to get people over to Japan? You offer them tax-free money plus fucking.
Like, what are you gonna do? You just because the rugby union's big in Japan, isn't it? Did they even play rugby league?
Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna do? Just try and convert a bunch of rugby union players into league players?
And honestly, the way that they do it anyway doesn't even work because think of Vegas.
It's just majority of Aussies that go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I sometimes think, is it even worth it? But I don't know. Vegas is fun, so I don't mind it.
It's a one-off thing.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I just feel like he's just just needs to relax, man. Just let the game breathe, you know? Constantly trying to change and add all this stuff. Like, it doesn't seem natural. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just seems like he's trying to turn it into too much of a showcase. Especially, like, you're seeing it this year, like, you know, he's trying to prioritize a fast pacing game, and we're seeing so many blowouts and so many less competitive fixtures, and you know, it's not as entertaining.
Mm. I wish they would focus more on like one, the quality, which is fixing that problem, plus the refereeing epidemic of absolute dickheads refereeing, and then I just reckon like the actual content around the NRL could be so much more improved. Like the amount of shit commentators we've got, there's not really that, like, besides media day where you ask like the shittest, like a journalist asks the shittest questions to players. Like you don't have insights into what they're doing week to week. Like I reckon they should just focus on improving the game for the fan before they go out and try and grow it. Because to be honest, as a product, like I love the footy, but everything around it is actually so rubbish.
You know, it'd be cool if they linked up with like Amazon Prime or Netflix or something,
Yeah, do stuff like that. Like
and do like those sort
yeah,
of behind the
like
scenes
Tiger Town.
documentaries that we get with the EPL.
Do Tiger Town.
Well, you know what?
Oh,
You know what they've done in the new broadcast deal? We can actually start showing snippets of NRL footage and photos of NRL footage, and we won't get copyright.
oh, really?
Yes, content creators can
So
start doing that.
we could have showed the Cooper Cronk.
Not now. The new broadcast deal.
What
The
did you
new
say?
broadcast.
And let's turn this game on its head.
Screaming, oh. I'm gonna go to sleep to that tonight. That's it.
Sleep paralysis, but it's Cooper Cronk just saying off.
Yeah.
Run around.
Blocker saying the team who scores the most points tonight will win the game.
See, Peter V'landys has to worry about the fucking commentators before he takes.
Yeah,
the
like
bloke.
seriously, he's blocker on commentary, mate. He's a fucking punish.
Yeah, poor bloke.
Who do you think has the worst commentators, Channel 9 or Fox?
Channel 9 are really, they're so like biased and they're so old school and dumb,
And they're boring.
they're so boring. But Fox has the worst ones, like Jake Duke and
Oh my God.
and
You know
Cooper
what, but
Cronk.
he's actually improving, I reckon. Like
Little
at the
bit.
start, he was horrible, but he's getting better.
But like,
Yeah, but
why?
he still treats a normal play in like a Titans versus Knights game like somebody just won the grand final.
Yeah,
Why
like
is, like-
it's,
Where's the fuck is Sean Johnson and why is Luke Keary not getting enough cracks? Like these blokes actually are good,
Yeah.
and they just
Yeah.
they just don't give the good people any games. It's so
It's all
weird.
politics in there, I think.
Probably.
It's like the bloke that owns it, he just probably just gives all his mates a fucking allegedly. I don't know. Allegedly.
they need Shane Flanagan on commentary more, I reckon.
Oh my gosh, mate!
Shane
Do you know this Kevy Walters? I don't think he's added a single point in his life.
What about Mick Ennis? He needs to commentate more Penrith games.
Oh,
He doesn't do
Cleary.
He doesn't commentate Penrith games enough.
Oh, Kyle Ponga. You see what he
Reece
did
Walsh.
here?
What about Reece Walsh? Oh.
He has his favourites of Mickey.
The Ennis dog. Mick Ennis.
Far out. We're in round 24.
Yeah, mate, it's
Jeez.
gone. Season's gone.
What the hell? Baxter, do you want to go over your tips for the round?
Yep. I've gone Rooters. I think no Isaiah Yeo will be bad for Penrith. And then I've gone Dolphins. I've gone
Dolphins.
I've gone Bulldogs, Sharkies, Cowboys, Warriors, Knights, and the Dargans.
Jack?
I've gone Roosters.
You're the far
Manly.
right.
Yeah, Roosters, Manly, Doggies, Canberra, Cowboys, the Wars, Newey, and Dragons. As always, subject to change, but I never change it anyway.
Did you change your tips last round to get 2 out of 8?
I was about to say a bit of a bad round last week.
Fucking hell.
Nah.
I got 6 out of 8, by the way. Just for
All right,
don't
well,
know.
we don't have AI doing all of our tips, mate. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't just tip the favourite. Sorry.
You're different. I'm just
Yeah,
different
bro.
like that.
Try to switch up, trick the system, shock the system,
I like it.
the algorithm.
Well, contrary to you guys, I've actually gone Penrith to beat the Roosters. I seen something yesterday that in their last 13 games between each other, the Roosters have only won once. So
Yeah.
streaks are made to be broken, but I personally don't think it'll be broken this Thursday. Sorry, not this Friday. I've gone for Dolphins to beat Manly, Bulldogs to beat Souths, Sharks to beat the Raiders, Cowboys to beat Eels, Warriors to beat the Broncos, Knights to beat the Titans, and the Dragons to beat the Tigers.
Nice.
Do you want some elite ball knowledge here? Clock
Go
this
on.
in. Robert Toyer will torch Penrith.
Ooh.
Robert Toyer. Who will he be up against? Is it Tago?
Who's their left centre?
I think it's Tago.
Yeah.
Dungle.
I mean, we know he's
Yeah.
not the best defensively.
Yeah. And also, I reckon that sometimes Nathan gets a little bit jittery at times.
Oh,
You reckon?
he doesn't have ice in his veins 24/7.
Ooh, no, I think he does.
Who's playing lock? Is Lindsay Smith lock?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's going to
He
be
did
the biggest.
he did a good job when Yo went to Origin.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Filling in.
True, but I don't know how
Oh,
Cleary's going to
yeah.
react to that.
He'll be
It's
alright.
Cleary, mate. He'll be fine.
It's more just it's the forward pack that's the biggest. Like, I don't know. I reckon Nafahu White, and then I reckon Lenny will just be so up for it that they'll actually get some momentum through that middle, and you'll see like if they got really good field position throughout the game, Sam Walker will have an absolute field day with some early kicks and behind. Just my opinion.
Yeah,
Well, it'll be a really big test for Moses Leota, I guess, this week. Without Yowie, he'd really need to stand up.
yeah, Yoey's. Everyone knows he's ball playing, but his runs through the ruck. He knows how to find holes in the ruck to sort of poke his nose through and get a quick play the ball as well. So that's going to be hard to replicate also.
And there is a player named Dylan Edwards named in the reserves Penrith this week, so he
Young
could
up-and-comer?
potentially be a big in. A young up and comer by the name of Dylan Edwards.
Boldy,
Goldilocks.
Boldy, Dylan Edwards. Yeah, I reckon Jackson Edgar's like, you can tell he's very athletic, but positionally pretty bad on the end of shape. So they definitely are missing Dylan Edwards.
Well, that concludes another week of Another Footy Podcast. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And Jack, Baxter, do you guys have anything to add?
Nah, that was a good potty, guys. Looking forward to it next week.
Not just that we're off.
To the eighth wonder. Let's go.
See you guys next week.